Now this is the genealogy of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives from the daughter.
Who is Edom? What does that mean? What is 36? Okay, the Hebrew term for genealogy means family history. At birth, Esau was notably ruddy in color, and he was called Edom, meaning red. Okay.
Daughters of Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elah.
Wait, Esau took his wives from the daughters of Canaan. We knew that. But then he got some of Ishmael's, right?
Elon, the Hittite, Aholibamah.
Elon. Someone needs to tell Elon Musk he has a girl name.
Elon, the Hittite, Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, the Hivite, and Basemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. Now Ada bore Eliphaz.
What is Baphomet? Isn't Baphomet like an idol? That just reminds me of Basemath.
To Esau, and Basemath bore Ruel. And Aholibamah bore Jeush, Jaalam, and Korah. These were the sons of Esau, who were born to him in the land of Canaan. Then Esau took his wives, his sons, his daughters, and all the persons of his household, his cattle, and all his animals, and all his goods which he had gained in the land of Canaan, and went to a country away from the presence of his brother Jacob. For their possessions were too great for them to dwell together, and the land where they were strangers could not support them because of their livestock.
Esau got his due. He got what he does. He got, after losing his birthright and his blessing, he ended up well. So that's good. I'm happy for him.
Support them because of their livestock. So Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, and this is the genealogy of Esau, the father.
That's weird why they added that. Esau is Edom. We already established that.
Of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
Okay, that's why. Is the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
These were the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau, and Ruel, the son of Basemath, the wife of Esau.
What is up with Moses and him repeating stuff? Well, this is not the first time where he has stated something and then repeated the exact same thing right after. He repeats things and he messes up the order of things. I don't know. I guess Moses stuttering translates to his writing also. That was a bad joke.
Of Esau, and Ruel, the son of Basemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Now Timnah was the concubine of Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bore Amalek to Eliphaz. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Ruel, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah.
Zerah.
These were the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Aholibamah, Esau's wife, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon. And she bore to Esau Jeush, Jaalam, and Korah. These were the chiefs of the sons of Esau.
I want to know the descendants
The sons
of
of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau, were Chief Teman, Chief Omar.
Like a different. What was that? I was just trying to see if like if there was like a like a 12 tribes thing going on with Esau, but no. This is different.
They were the sons of Ada. These were the sons of Ruel, Esau's son, Chief Nahath, Chief Zerah, Chief Shammah, and Chief Mizah. These were the chiefs of Ruel, in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Aholibamah, Esau's wife. Chief Jeush, chief Jealam, and chief Korah. These were the chiefs who descended from Aholibamah, Esau's wife, the daughter of Anah.
Come on,
These
Moses.
were the
There's
sons
probably a more efficient way of writing this, right? I think there might have been a little more efficient way of getting this message across. I think.
Esau, who is Edom.
No offense, Moses. No offense.
And these were their chiefs. These were the sons of Seir, the Horite, who inhabited the land: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishan.
Seir is the land, right?
Aholibamah.
And the sons of Seir, the land of Edom. Okay, no, we just saw that. Yeah, in Mount Seir. Okay.
Were the sons of Seir, the Horite,
Hey, I got
who
that
inhabited
perfectly.
the land: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishan, Ezer, and Dishan. These were the chiefs of the Horites, the sons of
Dishan
Seir,
and
in the land of
Dishan.
Edom. And the sons of Lotan were Horai and Heman. Lotan's sister was Timnah.
I like that name.
These were the sons of Shobal:
Timnah.
Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. These were the sons of Zibeon, both Ajer and Anah. This was the Anah who found the water in the wilderness as he pastured the donkeys of his father Zibeon. These were the children of Anah: Dishon and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah.
Where is Mount Seir located? Let's look that up. Mount Seir. I'm curious. Okay, here's the mountain. Where's Mount Seir? Edom is right here. I mean, that's really small for you guys. Edom is right here. South of Moab. Mount Hor. Where is Seir? Dibon, Jahaz, Almon. Hebron, so they were here and they moved out. Gerar, yeah, I can see exactly where they came, right? But where is... okay, so here's Sinai. Mount Seir is in that area, in Edom. Okay, so, yeah. And then this map would be... that's a Dead Sea, right? Where's the Red Sea? Edom is right here. So it would be somewhere in here.
These were the sons of Dishan: Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Kiran. These were the sons of Ezur: Bilhan, Zeavan, and Achan. These were the sons of Dishan: Uz and Aran. These were the chiefs of the Horites: Chief Lotan, Chief Shobal, Chief Zibeon, Chief Anah, Chief Dishan, Chief Ezer, and Chief Dishan. These were the chiefs of the Horites, according to their chiefs in the land of Seir. Now these were the kings who reigned in the land of Edom, before any king reigned over the children of Israel. Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And when Bela...
Nineveh. It's like Nineveh, but they like to eat. Get it? Nineveh.
Reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And when Bela died, Jobab the son of Zerah of Basra reigned in his place. When Jobab died, Husham of the land of the Temanites reigned in his place. And when Husham died, Hadad the son of Bedad, who attacked Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his place. And the name of his city was Avith. When Hadad died, Samlah of Masrekah reigned in his place.
Samlah.
And when Samlah died, Saul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his place. When Saul died, Baal-Hanan, the son of Akbor, reigned in his place.
Does that have anything to do with the god Baal? Like, was this guy an idol worshiper?
And when Baal-Hanan, the son of Akbor, died, Hadar reigned in his place, and the name of his city was Peu. His wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. And these were the names of the chiefs of Esau, according to their families and their places, by their names: Chief Timnah, Chief Alva, Chief Jetheth, Chief Aholibamah, Chief Elah, Chief Pinan, Chief Kenaz, Chief Teman, Chief Mibzar, Chief Magdiel, and Chief Iram.
Magdiel,
These
was
were
he named after an angel? Right, because of IEL? I don't know.
The chiefs of Edom, according to their dwelling places in the land of their possession.
I mean, not necessarily, right? Because there's Ezekiel and all these other IEL, Daniel.
Was the father of the Edomites.
The end of chapter 36. Let's get into 37.
Now Jacob dwelt in the land where his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. This is the history of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was
What do you mean
feeding
by the land where his father was a stranger? I mean, he's not a stranger anymore. He's been in Canaan for a while. Right?
flock with his brothers. And the lad was with the sons of Bilhah.
Let's see if this Bible says anything about that. The word for a stranger can also mean sojourner or alien. The Lord had promised that this land would become a permanent possession of Abraham's family. To the third generation, that promise was still not realized. Jacob and his family were still aliens in the land. Yeah, they've been in there for generations, but they still consider themselves aliens. I don't know why.
And the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought a bad report of them to his father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. Also, he made him a tunic of many colors. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. Now Joseph had a dream, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. So he said to them,
"Please, hear this dream which I have dreamed. There we were, binding sheaves in the field."
All right, Joseph. You need to have like some, I don't know, some sense, like some awareness of your surroundings, of like learn the temperature of the room. It says, now Joseph had a dream, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. So he said to them, "Please hear this dream, which I have dreamed." Are you telling them another dream here? Or is this the same dream that they hated you for? Because it says, so he said to them. See, the way they use so could be different than the way we use so, right? It's not right? It could just be like he's there explaining this first sentence down here. I think that's what it is.
Then, behold, my sheaf arose and also stood upright, and indeed your sheaves stood all around, and bowed down to my sheaf.
And his brothers said to him,
Shall you indeed reign over us?
Or shall you indeed have dominion over us?
So they hated him even more for his dreams and for his words. Then he dreamed still another dream.
I mean, they said dreams, so this could be the second dream.
And told it to his brothers.
Look, I have dreamed another
But
dream.
why not include that?
And this
I'm
time the
guessing
sun,
it's-
the moon, and the 11 stars bowed down to me.
So he told it to his father and his brothers. And his father rebuked him.
What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall your mother and I and your brothers indeed come to bow down to the earth before you?
And his brothers envied him. But his father kept the matter in mind.
Kept the matter of the dreams in mind, or kept the matter of the brothers' envy in mind?
Then his brothers went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said to Joseph,
Are not your brothers feeding the flock in Shechem? Come, I will send you to them.
So he said to him,
Here I am.
Please go and see if it is well with your brothers and well with the flocks, and bring back word to me.
So he sent him out of the valley of Hebron, and he went to Shechem. Now a certain man found him, and there he was, wandering in the field.
What are you seeking?
I am seeking my brothers. Please, tell me where they are feeding their flocks.
They have departed from here, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan.
So Joseph went after his brothers, and found them in Dothan.
Dothan.
Now when they saw him afar off, even before he came near them, they conspired against him to kill him.
Uh-oh, already?
Look, this dreamer is coming.
Come, therefore, let us now kill him and cast him into some pit, and we shall say, Some wild beast has devoured him. We shall see what will become of his dreams.
But Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands.
Let us not kill him. Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit which is in the wilderness. And do not lay a hand on him.
That he might deliver him out of their hands, and bring him back to his father.
Good on you, man. Good on you, Reuben.
So it came to pass, when Joseph had come to his brothers, that they stripped Joseph of his tunic, the tunic of many colors that was on him.
Imagine how long it would take to dye a
And they took
tunic
him
like that.
and cast him
back
into a
then.
pit. And the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And they sat down to eat a meal. Then they lifted their eyes and looked, and there was a company of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead with their camels.
Ishmaelites, are these Ishmael's descendants? What does the Bible got to say? 25. 37, 25. The Ishmaelites were wandering traders, the name referring to the descendants of Ishmael, the son of Abraham. Okay, it's loosely equivalent to the name Midianite. Interesting. That's cool. So these are close relatives. They're relatives of, all right.
Camels, bearing spices, balm, and myrrh, on their way to carry them down to Egypt. So Judah said to his brothers,
What profit is there if we kill our brother and conceal his blood? Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh.
And his brothers listened. Then Midianite traders passed by. So the brothers pulled Joseph up and lifted him.
And Midianites were... the name Midianites is used interchangeably with the name Ishmaelites, most likely indicating an alliance between the two people. Both terms refer to wandering traders. Right? Midian was the son of Abraham by his concubine Keturah. All right, so they're still family.
Out of the pit, and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 shekels of silver, and they took Joseph to Egypt. Then Reuben...
Let's see. 20 shekels of silver may have been the going rate for a slave at the time. On the other hand, the Midianites may have paid a little less because they knew something was amiss. The standard price for a slave in later Israelite law was 30 shekels. According to chapter 42, verse 21, Joseph begged his brothers not to sell him. The brothers considered Joseph as good as dead. He would never return from Egyptian slavery. Dang, how do you go through with something like this, knowing you would have to hate him so much to the point where there's no turning back, you're going... I mean, I guess it's easier because you have so many guys, right? And no one wants to crack, right? And so you're looking at the next guy and he's like, okay, he's not saying anything. Okay, that guy's not saying anything. And that guy's looking at the next guy saying, okay, he's not saying anything. And so collectively they can do it. If it was if it was just one brother, I don't think it would have gotten done. I don't think they had the strength to do it, to go that far, right? Because that's selling your own brother, no matter what he did, even no matter how much you hate him. You're selling your own brother to a life of slavery in a strange land, Egypt. That's crazy.
Reuben returned to the pit, and indeed Joseph was not in the pit, and he tore his clothes, and he returned to his brothers.
The lad is no more. And I, where shall I go?
So they took Joseph's tunic, killed a kid of the goats,
Reuben
and dipped the tunic in the blood. Then they sent the tunic of many colors, and they brought it to their father.
We have found this. Do you know whether it is your son's tunic or not?
And he recognized it.
It is my son's tunic. A wild...
Why do you gotta ask that question, man? It is the most colorful tunic in existence. You should know that off the top, just looking at it.
Beast has devoured him. Without doubt, Joseph is torn to pieces.
Then Jacob tore his clothes, put sackcloth on his waist, and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters arose to comfort him. But he refused to be comforted.
For I shall go down into the grave to my son in mourning.
Thus his father wept for him. Now the Midianites had sold him in Egypt to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard.
Captain of the guard. That's Boromir, right? Boromir is captain of the guard. $38. Or was the Faramir who's captain of the guard?
It came to pass at that time that Judah departed from his brothers and visited a certain Adullamite whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter.
What's an Adullamite? Doesn't say. Oh wait, no. Adullamite, a person from Adullam. This place was in the hill country northwest of Hebron, later associated with David's flight from Saul.
Of a certain Canaanite whose name was And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. And he married her.
So
and
we're
went
getting
into-
lax with the, we're not marrying our close relatives, but we are marrying pagan women. So, I mean, like, you know, give or take, I guess.
So she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name
You know how it would be hilarious. It would be it's a messed up joke, but if that son was born slow, and that's why he called him All right, that's a bad joke, man. All right, let's forget
She
that.
conceived again and bore a son, and she called his name Onan.
Onan.
And she
Conan
conceived
the
yet again
Barbarian.
and bore a son, and called his name Shelah.
A son and called him Sheila.
He was
Okay.
at Kizib when she bore him. Then Judah took a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar.
Dang, we're going fast.
But Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord killed him. And Judah said to Onan,
Go into your
Okay.
brother's wife and marry her, and raise
And Judah said to Onan, Go into your brother's wife and marry, and raise up an heir to your brother. All right, so this is like that same thing I was talking about when we were reading Mark. When your brother's wife passes away, or when your brother passes away, you take the wife, right? And we talked about that before also in Genesis, right?
up an heir to your brother.
But Onan knew that the heir would not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in to his brother's wife, that he omitted on the ground, lest he should give...
Oh, come on. Come on. Why do we got to go through that detail? Wow. Oh, yeah, I want to see what this Bible has to say about that. Does it actually explain that? 38:9. Emitted on the ground because his own selfishness and wicked attitude toward his deceased brother, Onan would not allow his brother's widow to conceive a child. All right. That's crazy.
give an heir to his brother.
That's crazy.
And the thing which he did displeased the Lord. Therefore he killed him also. Then Judah said
Okay.
to Tamar, his daughter-in-law,
Remain a widow in your father's house till my son Shelah is grown, lest he
Wait.
also die.
Then Judah said to Tamar, his daughter-in-law. Tamar is, right? Okay. That lady, that wife. Remain a widow in your father's house till my son Shelah is grown, lest he also die like his brothers. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house.
Till my son Shelah is grown, lest he also die like his brothers.
And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. Now in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted, and went up to his sheep shearers at Timnah, he and his friend Hiram.
Now in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife died. Who's Judah's wife again? Who's Judah's wife? Judah took a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. Wait.
Right.
Judah said to Tamar, his daughter-in-law. How is Tamar his wife and daughter-in-law? Judah took a wife for his his firstborn, and which was named Tamar. Okay. I don't even know what's happening to my brain right now. And Judah said to Onan, Go into your brother's wife. All right, Onan was like, No, I'm not doing that. I'm emitting on the ground. And then who else tried to do it? But Er's firstborn. Okay, so it was but Judah's firstborn was wicked and God killed him. Then Onan, God killed him. And then Judah was like, all right, remain a widow in your father's house till my son Shelah is grown, lest he also die like his brothers. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. What do you mean until he's grown? I'm guessing the logic here is he doesn't want his son to have relations with Tamar, right? Because he's going to emit on the ground and he's going to get killed, right? But then why wait till he's grown? If he's not even grown yet, who cares?
He also died like his brothers.
And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. Now in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted.
The daughter of Shua. Oh, no. Judah's daughter-in-law is Tamar.
And went up to his sheep shearers at Timnah.
Why was he comforted? Okay. Comforted meaning like they comforted him after because his wife died. And comfort, I'm guessing means some type of sexual relation. I'm guessing that's what that means.
He and his friend Hira the Adullamite. And it was told Tamar, look.
And he went up to sheep shearers at Timnah, and he and his friend Hira the Adullamite. Is Hira a female? And then they got it on? I don't remember.
Your father-in-law is going up to Timnah to shear his sheep. So she took off her widow's garments, covered herself with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place which was on the way to Timnah. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given to him as a wife. When Judah saw her, he thought she was a harlot, because she had covered her face. Then he turned to her by the way.
Please let me come in to you.
For he did not know that she was his daughter-in-law.
What will you give me that you may come into me?
I will send a young goat from the flock.
Will you give me a pledge till you send it?
What pledge shall I give you?
Your signet and cord and your staff that is in your hand.
Then he gave them to her and went into her, and she conceived by him. So she arose and went away, and laid aside her veil, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the young goat by the hand of his friend, the Adullamite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand. But he did not find her. Then he asked the men of that place,
Where is the harlot who was openly by the roadside?
There was no harlot.
And Judah sent the young goat by the hand of his friend to the Adullamite to receive his pledge. The pledge of her widow of her. What was the pledge? Will you give me a pledge till you send it? What pledge shall I give you? She said, your signet and cord and your staff that is in your hand. Okay, like collateral.
Then he gave them to her and went into her, and she conceived by him. So she arose and went away, and laid aside her veil, and put on the garments of her widowhood.
Something else.
And Judah sent the young goat by the hand of his friend, the Adullamite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand. But he did not find her. Then he asked the men of that place,
Where is the harlot who was openly by the roadside?
There was no harlot in this place.
So he returned to Judah.
I cannot find her. Also, the men of the place said there was no harlot in this place.
Let her take them for herself, lest we be shamed. For I sent this young goat, and you have not found her.
And it came to pass, about 3 months after, that Judah was told,
Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has played the harlot. Furthermore, she is with child by harlotry.
Bring her out, and let her be burned.
When she was brought out, she sent to her father-in-law.
By the man to whom these belong, I am with child. Please determine whose these are, the signet and cord and staff.
So Judah acknowledged them.
She has been more righteous than I, because I did not give her to Shelah, my son.
And he never knew her again. Now it came to pass, at the time for giving birth,
People playing games.
that behold, twins were in her womb. And so it was, when she was giving birth, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took a scarlet thread and bound it on his hand.
This one came out first.
And it happened, as he drew back his hand, that his brother came out unexpectedly.
Whoa.
How did you break through? This breach be upon you.
Therefore his name was called Perez. Afterward his brother came out who had the scarlet thread on his hand, and his name was called Zerah.
So who's the firstborn in that instance?
Therefore,
Who do you guys think is the firstborn in that instance? I'm guessing is the second one, right? Without the thread on his hand. Man, but this is interesting. Like, man, the relations going on between everybody is just crazy, man. I get it. The less population on the earth, you're gonna be bound to having relations with someone that you're related to, but I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section. Yeah, it's strange. It's strange, but I mean, it's strange. Well, what can I say? It is. It is. We're gonna jump into. I mean, but then again, it shows like these people are not Jews. They're considered Gentiles still, right? Because Abraham was considered a Gentile, Isaac is considered a Gentile. I'm guessing these are all still considered Gentiles. So does that mean God doesn't require these laws, right? Does that mean? I mean, I'm sure they had. Did they have relations outside of marriage? I mean, they did just now. But did God look down upon that? I'm sure He looked down upon that, what just happened. Yeah, just because it's in the Bible doesn't mean it's condoned by God. It's just being documented. So we got to keep that in mind. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What your thoughts are, let them know. Put them down in the comment section. And tomorrow we're going to jump into chapter 39. And that's when Joseph is going to be, Joseph will be a slave in Egypt, and we'll go through that whole story. So, I mean, we all know that story, right? So that'll be interesting to see if there's certain things that are not in the movies and stuff that we watch and all that stuff. So, yeah, look forward to that. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.